Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk to each one of you about your purpose. What is your purpose in life? Why are you here? And that's a very important question. So if we look at layer after layer or layer, of course, your purpose is to experience life. And, again, how can you see the sunrise without a physical body, feel the breeze, the rain, smell a flower? You have to have a physical body. What is another purpose that you're here? Your purpose is to experience love. Love in a physical embodiment, which is different than in a spiritual embodiment. It's a different frequency, vibration, and energy. Love on this planet is really a lower vibration versus a spiritual vibration. And that's not to diminish that love is not important, but when you have a body, and you feel the love, your heart pounds, your blood pressure goes up, you smile, you feel a glow about you, and you feel this loving energy. You just want to kiss or hug somebody. Much like if you've ever had a child or in a relationship, or perhaps something wonderful happened to you that you wanted to share. Whatever it is, that's another purpose. Another purpose is for you to experience karma. Remember, karma is nothing but an experience. And it's for you to grow and learn from. Again, so you heard me talking about if you were Scrooge, or supposing you were in a past life, you were just magnificent and you gave all your wealth away and saw the joy of people doing that. What happened is you're going to have to be the recipient of someone giving their wealth to you so you can enjoy it. So it's all about an experience in your life. And since we asked for all things when we came here on this planet, when we incarnated, we're experiencing everything. And we're experiencing everything to the extent that we choose to experience. First thing in our life, we must never take ownership of everything. So what does that ownership mean? It means if someone puts you down or says negative thoughts or words about you, you become depressed or angry or upset. You're taking ownership of someone else's opinion and you're letting it diminish you. Or perhaps if somebody else says you're unworthy, you're taking ownership of this. Or someone says you're fat or ugly, taking ownership of it. Or you never amount to anything. Or you're too tall, too short, too angry. Or you're not smart enough. You take ownership of all these things. And that's the one thing we have to realize. Never take ownership of anything. The only thing you should take ownership is that you are a divine aspect of the true source. That's the only thing you need to understand. Anything else is just been an experience to empower you. And it's through adversity, for some reason, humans grow more than through positivity. And I meet so many humans and souls who have to be stroked every day. Oh, am I good enough? Does he really like me? Are they impressed with me? Did I do a good job? Do I have the right kind of figure in my body? Did I dress correctly? All the human race is looking for someone else to make a judgment upon them. This judgment can either be positive or it can be negative. Nevertheless, it's a judgment. That's what the humans do. We take ownership of that judgment. And I meet so many people that I work with, and when they say they can't, they won't, then they're stubborn. The only one they're hurting is themselves. So they're taking ownership of their stubbornness, of their insecurities. A few weeks ago, I talked about what are we here for? Self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem, period. That's it. With manifestation, we create these things. With meditation, we raise our vibrations and get out of the heaviness, the dross in this planet, D-R-O-S-S. That's the anxiety, the frustration, the hate, and insecurity that just abounds within us. There's so many people that have to be right all the time. I know of a person that literally would go down with a ship just to prove they're right and die. I'm going, how foolish is this? My goodness. And I had a very good friend, and he went through a depression. And he took a gun and put it in his mouth, and he was going to pull the trigger. And someone had said to him, that's a long-term solution to a short-term problem. And I reiterated that to him before he did it. And I told him here everything was an experience to grow and improve by. But he was so depressed he was about to do that. Then he remembered what his friend said, what I repeated, and that his mission and goals, and he was here to express everything and experience everything. And he didn't do that. And today, several years later, he's in really good shape. And that's what we need to understand. No matter what is going on in your life, push it away. Say, I'm learning a lesson from it. That's it. Just learning a lesson. And I'll make it work. I met a man in a bank, and as I was talking to him, he was in his 30s, and you know, sometimes things just flow from me. I said, are you angry or upset? So no, I'm just serious. Oh, okay. So I decided to lighten him up, and you know, my new standard joke, which will be changing shortly, what did the windshield say to the rock? You cracked me up, and he kind of laughed. And he relaxed, and he said, what do you do? And I said, well, you know, I have my PhD, Alternative Healing and Psych, and I said some other things. I wrote this book, The Spiritual Primer, the 12 Transformational Laws. And he began to relax, and he looked at me, he said, you know, he's really overweight, by a good 100 pounds. And he said to me, I came down with diabetes, and I had to take insulin, but only for 1 month. I said, because I took off 70 pounds, not in a month, in a few months. But I realized it's my body talking to me. My body saying, hey, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. You got to take care of me. You got to treat me beautifully. You got to honor me. And I went, what an amazing soul for 30 years old. And he said, you know, I put this protection around me. So I discussed, you know, the bubble protection. And then he said, you know, we're all energy. I said, yes, how do you know that? He said, I don't know. But he's a very old soul. And then I turned to him and said, you know, you're going to be a motivational speaker. He said, you know, I was just speaking about that, thinking about it 3 days ago. But I was in his life to remind him who he is, that he's unlimited and he has a mission and goal. And at the end of our conversation, he said, you know, I'd like to get to know you. And I said, let's meet for coffee. Or maybe I said, I'd like to get to know you. Let's have coffee and talk a little bit more. And that's the thing. He didn't take ownership of his diabetes. He realized that he needed to pay attention to his body. And then he said to me, his car was T-boned. And he only had a little scratch. And the state trooper came over and said, you know, there was one an hour and a half or 2 hours ago, and that person died. You're really lucky. And he said, yeah, I am very blessed. And I put up this bubble of protection, and I told him, you must have an important mission and goal in your life. And I'm bringing all this out because here's a young man, and I know he's struggling a little bit financially. But you know what? He didn't take ownership of it. Oh, I'm overweight, I'm diabetes. I could have been killed, I could have died. He saw everything as an opportunity. And that's the message I want to share with you. That is, one of your purposes here is to realize that everything in your life is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to grow, to have joy and happiness. Stop chasing that carrot. You know, when they go to the races with the greyhounds, they have the rabbit. And so the rabbit's electronically running in front of the greyhounds. It's like they're chasing this elusive thing, and that's what you are doing. Stop, smell the roses, realize you're unlimited, and that everything's going to be supplied to you. And don't tell the true source how to do it. Just say, hey, whatever's right for me, I'm ready. Just open the door, I'll walk through it. I'm not going to question it. And that's when everything happens. Because part of the universal law says, as you do the work of the true source, everything will be supplied to you. It's immutable. It cannot be changed. Just be of service to one another. Be that person who's going to change the mass consciousness. For you is the solution. And remind yourself each and every night when you go to bed, I am unlimited. And you say that vociferously 3 times. And do the protocols and watch your life change. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being on the phone. And I really feel strong about this. You can hear it in my voice because you are unlimited. And I'm so honored that you're calling into this beautiful seminar, this beautiful call-in each and every Tuesday night to impart this knowledge. But at the same time, your vibrations are being raised automatically because the true source loves you unconditionally. and desires, all you so desire, with love and joy and grace and harmony and balance and ease.